The 5 of you showed up at the Harvest Festival. The pumpkins turned around and rose to a great height, and the Red Guardian said,
"Looks like we're about to make pumpkin pie."
Using a light turn, and I will respond with a heavy turn as the pumpkin rises to its full height. Rot laughs and says, "Pumpkin pie? Well, I suppose I'm not going to make that easy for you." And his vines whip out, and people around you start screaming as they notice this monster has appeared in their midst. And the vines whip through the crowd and break the stage. And as they do so, they send poor James flying with his father, the mayor.
No.
The little pumpkins rise up, and you hear the familiar laugh of decrepit dudes in a different form, and they run towards you.
This
Alex,
is the perfect.
get the mayor out of here. Bree, we got to get the folks clear of the danger.
Alex charges up.
Braxton and Clover, take care of the little guys. Leave the big guy to me.
Sort of step forward and draw her twin short swords and scrape them across each other, causing this piercing squeal that gets amplified through these speakers in her pointed ears in the helmet, and release her named attack piercing scream at the little pumpkins and the big awful one, to sort of try and I guess I am spending a token to clear the way of adversaries.
Ooh.
Great. Yeah. Your piercing scream, the little pumpkin heads, the little decrepit dudes, you see them clutch their pumpkin heads and writhe a little bit, and the pumpkins explode, the decrepit dudes inside turning to dust. But there are still many, many more.
Yeah, I think Braxton will kind of his usual thing of running away. He kind of just threatens the decrepit dudes, like, come on, you monsters, you can't take me on," and turns and runs into the corn maze, being chased by like a half dozen of these decrepit dudes. And he, Braxton has been studying city planning, so he knows the exact route through this thing because he's seen the notes, he's seen the blueprints. So he is running and bobbing and weaving as the decrepit dudes are chasing him. And once he gets to the middle of the maze, he turns and summons a sapphire shield onto his left hand and unleashes his spinning shield strike, where he just whips this glowing blue disc back into the maze, and we see it just pinball around the maze. If you're looking from that bird's eye view, you see this little blue streak that's bouncing around, crushing, ripping through like a half dozen decrepit dudes, and returns back to his hands and goes, "Gotta love geometry."
Clover?
Following our leader's commands to clear the way of the little guys, I grab the now morphed version of Gearhead, and I stretch him out long so that his tail pulls back, and that his head from his rib cage and various pieces parts shoots down these crystal appendages, creating what looks like a very large caliber multi-barrel machine gun. And I start cranking it over and over, and out shoots little squirrels made of gemstones that go and start attacking and eating all the various pumpkin heads.
They nibble through the pumpkin heads, and as they get to their gooey interiors, the decrepit dudes inside poof into rust dust. And as they do so, the squirrel gems also poof into their component parts and retreat back into your squirrel cannon.
Yeah, and then I and I blow off the barrels and say, "Don't mess with the gearhead Gatling."
That's nuts, Clover.
Alex.
All right. Well, I am running over and I am going to get in front of James's dad and fight off the little pumpkin guys, little decrepit dudes who are in pumpkin guys. I'm going to reach down to my hip and pull out what looks like a baton, but then extend it, and it's actually a spear on both sides. And then I'm gonna like crouching tiger, hidden dragon, like super cool something with my awesome spear and just super cool something and destroy all of the pumpkin, the decrepit dudes pumpkin. I keep trying to call them pumpkin.
Yeah.
The decrepit dudes in a 10-foot radius, because I'm going to assume that's my reach.
Yeah, I think you stab one and then stab one behind you and then push forward and do that like spin where you like lean back really far and knock the heads off a bunch of these decrepit dude pumpkin heads, and they all poof.
Decrepikins.
I like that.
Wow. Rowan.
Rowan will see everybody is doing their job and rush headlong at Rot, the big pumpkin, and in a flurry of in a display of impressive fighting technique, will take on Rot in a series of 90s poorly choreographed fighting styles. Lots of shaking and bobbing and weaving, and not a lot of punching or hitting. Just a lot of looking really cool.
Are you using any of your turns?
I was going to use a regular turn. Display impressive fighting technique.
Okay. You display an impressive fighting technique, and as you punch, your punches connect with these vines, and the vines shake, the vibration of them traveling down to the vines that connect on the ground. And you see those vines on the ground shake and quiver all along the tracks where people are running, and they pop up and trip everybody around you. A bunch of civilians are on the ground now.
It's probably safer for them. Stay down, y'all.
No, they need to get out of here, and Bree starts running to like try and help some of them up while slashing at the vines with her swords. Go, keep going.
So you used a heavy turn with clear the way of adversaries, right, during a brawl?
I did.
Yeah. Let's see. I think as you see these people fallen, tripped over the vines, you see that one of them is Penny, but she's on the opposite side from where you are right now. There are more people where you are, but Penny, over by the caramel apple stand, is alone. Her cool kid friends have left.
Of course.
This is my light turn. Put somebody on the spot.
Quick question. So we gained tokens very early on by doing some form of light turn that you guided through us. I am seeing that when the squad confronts danger, to follow their principal colors present, gain a token. So did we have 2 tokens at the start of this fight?
What is your principle? We didn't discuss this. What is the principle of the squad? What is the thing that you defend above all else?
The town, of course. We want to keep our town happy and thriving in spite of Russ's goals to turn it into a ghost town like so many others through the Midwest. I'm assuming we're in the Midwest. Some non-specific region of the United States.
Yeah.
Feels Midwesty.
Corn mazes?
Yeah. Yes, you all got a token for that. However, transforming costed a token.
That was fun.
Here's the thing: you need a token to summon your Zord. So
Them to do the cool attack.
yeah, so everybody needs a token before you can summon your robots.
I'm looking at my light turns.
Mhm.
Take the brunt of someone else's burden. Fail to react and overexert yourself. Interfere with a reliable course of action. Frighten another with an impressive feat. I think I did a very impressive feat with the cool scream. But anyway, ask someone, who have I failed to protect? I have all of these people right here and one person over there. But I also have all my squad mates right here too, who can easily protect these people. Right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go save the girl. Because while I'm the Black Ranger, while I am the Obsidian Bat, I'm not me. I can totally be cool and suave in front of Penny. Because she
Nothing
doesn't
will
know
go
a thing.
wrong.
What does
Nothing
that
will
look
go
like?
wrong.
What do you do?
Ducking around the multiple vines that Rot has spread out through the thing. She's jumping, she's sliding, she's cartwheeling, because why not? She makes her way across the field, and she takes temporary cover behind the stand with Penny, and she's just like, "Are you all right? Are you hurt? Are you able to run?"
I'm okay. What the heck is that thing?
It's a monster. It's a giant pumpkin monster. It's calling itself Rot, and the best course of action for you right now would be to go that direction. Don't step on any of the vines. Head towards the school. I think the school is the best bet.
She looks you up and down, amazed, and runs in the direction of the school.
Could I use my special turn now? This is a loose structure, and go and save all the other people.
Yes, you can, which gives our Black Ranger a token.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you
Solving
do?
someone else's problem and gain
Mhm.
a token. So seeing the Obsidian Bat run towards one singular civilian after the protect these people was said.
Seeing red,
These people, like, let's be.
All of these people.
seeing red needs to go and take care of Obsidian. I summon the Mecha Gearhead and take on the hidden burden with fortitude of tying up a Rot myself.
You're trying to summon your big robot.
Yeah,
I don't know that it's time to summon the big robot yet.
but right here, it's my two things: summon your mech with danger when danger escalates, which it has, and transform when and gather hidden endurance. I'm basically a human stuffed with squirrels, like a human suit stuffed with squirrels, and that is just all I'm really doing.
So let's do gather hidden endurance first as your heavy turn. So you cash in a token, and you are taking Red's spot to take on Rot.
Right. I stretch Gearhead out and wear him like a exoskeleton.
And how do you try to fight Rot?
I'm just pinning him down so Red can save people. I'm not really good at fighting.
Okay. As you pin Rot down, Rot, this goo is just oozing from its pumpkin jack-o'-lantern mouth with little rotten seeds. And as you pin it down, it spews it all over you. And now you have a special turn. And I'm going to send it to you
Oh no.
as a message.
Oh no.
Oh no. Like a Discord
Oh.
message? What kind of message?
Hopefully it's one of the
Facebook
good kind.
message?
Is it everyone?
Well, he's the
good
Green
kind?
Rangers.
Happen.
All right,
No,
Green Rangers, the
never
evil
good
Rangers.
thing.
They usually are the.
What did we say about this about the truth, Braxton? No one wants to hear.
So it spews this goo at you, and you see it begin to eat through the armor of Gearhead. The green melting away like old metal, like it's rusting almost from the inside out. I think Braxton's off in a field, and Rowan might be the only person who sees this happen, as Rowan is taking on a group of decrepit dudes off to the left.
Okay.
What?
Uh,
Clover.
Oh no, I care so much about Gearhead.
Code names.
I tried to shake the acid off of Gearhead, whipping it by his tail and jettisoning it, but unfortunately, it flies at the tilt-a-wheel, eroding the access that nobody turned off, and now the tilt-a-wheel is going crazy, like spins off its thing, and now it's flying through the crowd.
So you're using your one-time special turn to make things significantly more complicated for everybody. Okay, I like it.
A Clover move.
It's totally Clover.
The tilt-a-whirl begins to tilt as it whirls and starts to fall inward towards the corn maze.
Okay, I'm going to construct something dangerous. That's one of my my light turn things.
Excellent.
I want to. I assume it's like the maze. It's a corn maze. What can I construct real quick? So the tilt-a-wheel. Which one's the tilt-a-wheel? That's not the Ferris wheel. What's the tilt-a-wheel? Is that the one that
Wait.
the
The
wobbly
Ferris
one?
wheel on its
Yeah.
side.
That one. Okay.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
people like get stuck in it because of the centrifugal force, and then it goes up on it. Like,
That one. Okay, so I'm going to start hucking bales of hay at this thing, ruining the integrity of the maze as I'm trying to push and throw as much of this hay as I can to try to soften this thing as it lands. And the maze is starting to collapse on to maybe some innocent people that might be there, or people are running out. But I've destroyed the entire maze as I'm trying to make a giant nest landing spot for this wild tilt-a-wheel that's flying towards me.
Excellent. While that is happening, what is Alex doing?
That's a great question. Alex is
Dave?
finished off the decrepicans in their area, and they're running back towards the group, and they are going to oh man, they are going to immediately address this issue, thus spending a point of the tilt-a-whirl, and throw their spear so it sticks in this hay bale, so it creates like something hard for the center of the tilt-a-whirl to kind of land on, because the tilt-a-whirl is like wee wee wee, so the tilt-a-whirl comes down on the center of the spear and it like continues to spin.
Excellent. So through the combined
Yes.
efforts of Alex and Braxton, this tilt-a-whirl comes safely down into what was at one point the largest corn maze in the county. As the citizens are saved, you hear Clover up close, Rot, say, I guess we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. And Braxton, you used a light move, right?
Yes, I have a token.
Cool. So I'm going to use Rot's special heavy turn. All of the decrepit dudes, just the pumpkins poof and disintegrate into little flakes of rotten things as they flake off to the ground, and all of the vines begin to gather under Rot, and Clover still on top, Rot begins to grow in size, becoming massive, multiplying in height. Then, let's fight. It gets super tall and starts kicking over the stands in the immediate vicinity, and then turns its giant pumpkin head towards town.
I love that Clover is the Green Ranger and is currently on top of the pumpkin's head, and Clover's the
Stem.
stem.
Is Clover still on top of the pumpkin head?
Why wouldn't I be?
Great. Pumpkin Rot is now probably 4 times the size that they were at the start of this.
Okay. So, the situation has escalated a bit, everybody. I think it might.
Escalated.
We have a 12-ton pumpkin now on our hands.
We can't let him get to town.
Yes. We didn't come up with anything to summon these, did we?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what you say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what greens do, which is play their weapon flute. And so
Squirrel flutes.
I'm gonna blow into Gearhead like he's bagpipes, and he makes this awful bagpipe noise, and the flying Emerald Megazord comes swooping in from the sky.
We need a Megazord revelation scene. So Clover plays Gearhead like a flute or a bagpipe. And what do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna whistle because I've always wanted to be able to whistle like that. And like, what is fantasy if not being able to do things that you can't? I'm revealing my hidden talent, and I'm whistling with my fingers.
Excellent.
Red.
Rowan kind of like ducks down a little bit and then launches himself up into the air with a little fist bump, like a gopher rising from the ground.
He did so much soccer and foot stuff. I sort of wanted him to river dance his his gopher out of the ground.
How does Braxton call?
Braxton is very, very practical. So he kind of turns his wrist over, and you see like an energy data pad form, and he just types in and sends an email to his sapphire platypus. You're needed right away. Come post haste. Send. Hold on. Gotta find a signal. Hold on. Send. Gotcha.
Regards, Braxton.
Regards. Best regards.
And Bree.
Bree strikes her swords against each other again and directs the sound wave straight up into the air. And instead of it being the harsh shrieking, like, ouch noise, it's more of this, like, staccato. And that's what summons the bat.
Okay. Our camera changes over to the view of the quarry, which these days is filled with water. The platypus first just explodes out of the water. The gopher comes out of the ground of the quarry. There's a cave where the bat flaps out. These things look massive in this space, but they're very clearly models.
No, they're not.
What am I
Please
missing?
tell me I come out of the tree. Please tell me I come out of the water tower.
Where else would the squirrel be?
I mean,
Where else
yes,
would the mecha squirrel be?
Clearly, Clover is the weirdo. His Megazord comes from a completely different place than everybody else, and
Well, it's the
remind
water
me.
they used to fill the quarry when it was all said and done.
Sure.
So there's some kind of connection.
And the capybara swims up from out of the water, and we get this view of all of them just moving, like slowly but obviously very fast, through the fall colored leaves of the forest nearby.
And then somehow.
And then do you all just do, and you're
Yep.
inside?
Yep.
Oh yeah, quick teleport, quick.
Rowan
torch,
lands.
and the
Like,
lights.
he's in the air
Don't
until
question
the gopher
what
gets.
happens. It just happens, okay?
Yeah, you just jump up and then you're in your
Right,
Zord,
yeah,
obviously.
that's-
Obsidian bat, ready.
Emerald squirrel, ready.
Sapphire platypus online.
Capybara charged.
All right, team. Let's take this pumpkin out like day old jack-o'-lanterns.
Time to smash a pumpkin.
That's what I meant.
Rot
This
slowly.
isn't gonna Peter out.
Oh, Clover. We'll talk about that later, Clover.
Rot slowly marches towards town, vines swinging below him. We see these giant robots behind. What do you do?
Cappy, charge. I'm gonna take the attack and try to go up and trip him, and I know this will leave me vulnerable.
All right, you're
When
doing a
Cappy
light.
does that, I have a crystal mecha squirrel fly over the lantern's face, covering it.
But before you do that, since Yellow used a light turn, Rot again spews this goo
No.
out from its goo holes, and I think it ends up getting on both green and yellow, and now you have.
Can I
Yes,
interfere with a reliable course of action?
What is the reliable course of action?
The Rot signature move, obviously.
Well, green and yellow have this special move now,
Oh.
as the goo covers their two robots and slowly begins to eat through the metal.
You mean the gemstones?
I'm gonna
The metal outside of the robots.
take the acid goo and flick it on the vine-like tentacles, because I'm imagining like this thing slithering forward with tentacles.
Yeah, so it's got these like tentacle-y legs, and you flick the goo on and it begins to eat through some of them, but it still keeps moving.
I'm gonna do a Rocky and Bullwinkle backflip and send the acid to eat Principal Skinner's car.
Perfect. You do this backflip over onto the back side of the pumpkin head, and off in the distance we just see this enormous glob. It's this like serene scene. We can hear the birds. We see this small hatchback that's probably about 20 years old. Principal Skinner's walking up towards it, and then it's just this goop completely covers it, and it just melts away. And Principal Skinner drops his briefcase, and we cut back to the fight.
If I may, before we cut back away, as the car melts away, behind it were Bulk and Skull hiding, trying to get the glitter off.
Still.
What's Braxton doing?
I think Braxton is going to have the sapphire platypus waddle over as quickly as its mechanical legs can carry it, and attempt to do a tail slam on one of the feet of this giant walking pumpkin monster. But I think he's just going to either underestimate how fast that thing's going or overestimate how powerful his mech is and just slam to the ground, missing the foot. And that's
Uh-huh.
his, what's it called? Light turn of fail to react effectively. So he went to
Perfect.
try to trip it and he just missed it and just made a huge divot in the ground. He's like, oh, that's going to cost the city so much money. That's my
Yeah.
bad.
As the tail slams down, it creates this big hole in the middle of downtown, and all the cars on either side of the street just hop up and back down onto their tires, and all the car alarms are going off down the street now. Bree?
It's okay, Braxton. You know the glitter wall will reverse all of this damage.
Only if we win.
Let's win, guys.
As Bree swoops in towards Rot, Bree and the Obsidian Bat sort of swoops over Rot, sort of surveying the minuscule effects that her teammates' attacks have had on it, and goes, guys, I think that we need to form up into our ultimate form so we can release the attack on it. I think we got to give it all we got.
Great idea. Let's get together.
Let's do it. The capybara gets real small and becomes the leg. Like it's like they're swimming and they just get that nice aquatic kind of look to become one of the legs.
The gopher kind of splits right down the middle and becomes almost the slipper feet of our big machine.
I'll say I totally forgot what my animal was. The platypus kind of pushes off with its tail, leaping up, condensing itself in, becoming the torso of our fantastic mechanical contraption.
Okay, so we have one leg, a torso, and 2 feet.
We have 2 feet. I guess I need to split to people feet.
Well, no, I thought the gopher became the other foot. I thought the gopher was one leg. The capybara was
the feet, just little fuzzy slippers. Like Andrew was like, I'm letting other people shine. I'm like little Zord
We leave
slippers.
the other leg like as an omnipresent absence out of respect for the Silver Ranger.
We could have the tail of the platypus could be one of the legs. I don't know.
I do really want the bill of the platypus to be the hat as well.
Green?
Erica, do you want to be the arms or the wings?
Ooh, the wings.
All
Green
right.
Form the tail. It is the squirrel.
No, it's true. I turn into a big circle, and then I puff up larger and larger and larger, and I blow up like glitter or confetti, and then drop from both sides to form both arms, and then the remnants, like a sad balloon, goes and then sticks itself in the back of the platypus, making a long, sort of shredded tail. So you get to be the head and wings, Bree.
We are the most messed up looking Megazord ever.
Do we have arms?
Yeah, the squirrel became the arms.
I'm the arms and tails.
Blue body and one leg. Red feet. Yellow leg. Black wings.
And head, cowl. You're like the Batman cowl wing.
It's a bat cowl. I love it.
With a blue hat.
Yeah, with the blue bill. You're Darkwing Duck. We are making Mecha Darkwing Duck.
So, if it wasn't clear from the very different suits and weapons and transforming moves that everybody did, it is incredibly clear from the way this large robot looks that the original Gem Guardians were a multi-alien group of guardians who all converged to take out Rust for the first time.
Yeah. And we live with those choices.
And then we get this view of all 5 of you as you come together in a cockpit in the head or chest area of the giant robot.
Okay, just so you know, it's the 4 of them, and then there's this little cubby hole underneath where I am stuck.
The green alien was added at the last minute.
Because arms and a tail, that who needs those things?
So, like, I'm thinking it's
You're
like
just tasked with watching our back. Like you're lowered
Right.
down and behind us, facing away.
we're like Pacific Rims type, like we're all moving together, and then there's poor Clover who's like,
Hey,
Joystick for the
Yeah.
tail.
Awesome.
And Rot stops a few meters from the edge of town and turns towards your giant robot. And
just remember, now there's all that glitter chafe when the giant squirrel blew up to make the arms and the tails. That's where the glitter, the temporal chafe goes everywhere to repair the town. We just gotta win.
and it turns its giant pumpkin head towards you, and you can almost see its features scowl, and it begins to whip some vines towards the giant robot.